Hi everyone, this is Todd with the Prepper website, doing another edition of commentary and stuff. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, but I figured it's a good time to start back up again. So it's raw, unedited, and with a lot of uhs as I move forward. Okay, so first of all, quick shout out to Dr. Bones and Nurse Amy. This is a Doom and Bloom shop store. They're two of the most genuine people. If you haven't picked up their survival medical handbook, you need to go ahead and do that. It's just gone to Kindle, but I love their first aid bags, and you know that it's good stuff. They're going to be putting it together. It's very legit. I have one of the really big ones. I think it's this one right here, the trauma survival bag. But they have some smaller ones too that are great, and so I encourage you to look at that. Look at their website and their website doomandbloom.net, but then also their store here. All right, let's go ahead and look at some of the articles that I posted this week that I just thought were good and want to mention them to you. Gay over at Backdoor Survival talked a little bit about the miracle of peppermint oil, and I think that as healthcare it gets harder and harder for more people to afford, I think people are going to be moving more and more to natural remedies and essential oils and herbal medicine. I had a conversation with a guy, a young kid who wanted to be a doctor, and I don't know if he really wanted to be a doctor, but that's what he was talking about. And I told him he should consider, natural medicine and going into that. You get done a lot faster. Don't have all the loans and everything to pay back, but then you would also be able to reach more people because I just think that's going to be something that somewhere that where everything's going to. I might be wrong, but that's my feeling. But she talks about 20 practical uses for peppermint essential oil. I mean, did you know that peppermint can zap headaches, eliminate bad breath, relieve heartburn, cool a fever? There's just a lot of things here. Stop itching, constipation, deter mice. I didn't know that one. That might be a good one. If you get into an SHTF situation where you need to, you don't have rat poisoning and stuff like that. That might be something that you put out there as you're growing it. And the thing about peppermint is that it just grows crazy. But anyway, these are essential oils, so it's not necessarily the herbal thing, but I think it'll still apply as well. But anyway, a lot of good stuff out there. Gay does her homework, so you know that you're going to get quality stuff. So Backdoor Survival, Miracle of Peppermint, essential oil there. All right, over at Guerrilla America, a lot of his articles are really, really long. This one specifically, I guess, kind of opened my eyes to the Ukrainian thing that's going on over the riots that are going over there, and it's just getting worse. I don't know if you're following that or not. This specifically is talking about tactics and communication that's necessary out there. So I think that's good, and not necessarily. I mean, if you're, not because we're rioting or anything here, but just communications and knowing what needs to be out there and putting intelligent steps out there. I guess the thing that really got me was this video here. I'm going to play a little bit of it, and of course you have the security forces there, and you see that right there. That's Molotov cocktails. And if you watch this video a little bit further, you'll see the other side of it. But so you have the firemen there, fire department. I don't know. So these guys get hit by a Molotov cocktail, and then they wind up having to put the fire out. It's kind of crazy. You wonder, like, why are you standing so close to it? But they are anyway. So that's something that might be of interest there. I think that's something we need to be just kind of looking at. I know that Martin Armstrong over at Armstrong Economics is saying this is something to look at. And I did do that article as well on Prepper website. Okay, tests over at Ready Nutrition, making biomass briquettes, and I've seen this. I've seen this before. I put articles up before. Not this specific video here. She linked to a video on YouTube. I think this is something good. I mean, if you have paper, you're using up the paper. It's not hard to do. You're not using You're not using harsh chemicals. You're just breaking down the water. In most cases, you can set it up and just kind of let it sit there for a little while and just break down, and then eventually you're just smashing it. I did put a link. There's biomass briquette makers on Amazon. So I did link to that one on Prepper website. So I thought that is pretty cool and something that you need to always take into mind, because these will burn. And specifically, we're talking about surviving in the city, things that you can do. But I think it's just a good practice. Know how to make it and do it. If you have paper, if you're getting paper for whatever reason, you want to take the time to do that. All right, and I don't normally do this, but I'm talking about two different articles on Ready Nutrition on Tessa's site. And this one's specifically about making homemade extracts. And it's so easy, and you know what you're putting into it, and it's natural. So using vodka is basically the thing, and it's easy to make, right? She says 8 ounces of extract. To make 8 ounces, you're going to use 1 cup of vodka and 3 cups of whatever extract flavoring it is, or whatever you want to do. A couple of recommendations: high quality alcohol, using dark bottles, or if you put it in a bottle, store it somewhere where the sun's not going to get to it and break it down. You want to do time. You want to let it have time to make that extract. The longer it's in there, the more potent, I guess, your extract's going to be. Shaking the bottle that the extract is in while it's making 3 or 4 times a week, and ideally do not have to be refrigerated. The cool thing is she gives you 8 recipes. So for vanilla extract, you've got 1 cup of vodka, 3 vanilla beans. She tells you how to do it. Chocolate extract, coconut extract, berry extract, orange extract, lemon extract, almond, peppermint. Again, that peppermint comes up. So anyway, so that's pretty interesting there. I think that something that you might want to look at. Going over to YouTube, LDS Prepper has a great video on how to prune trees. And so he specifically talks about avocado, apple, nectarine, plum, pomegranate, pear, cherry, and fig. So this is something that you definitely want to look at. It's very interesting. He goes through the specifics. He has an overlay that will pop up in the middle of the page that gives you the different types of pruning. He uses like more of a vase pruning, and he goes through and he tells you about even like pruning limbs and why you would do it. And I just think it's really great. I mean, LDS Prepper, yeah, there he goes right there. So, okay, he was talking about using this vase one anyway. Let me see if I can get back here. Anyway, LDS Prepper, if you're not subscribed to his channel, you want to go ahead and subscribe to it. He's got a lot of great stuff. I mean, that's like a beehive back there, so he's done stuff on bees. Does a lot of gardening stuff. So he's living the preparedness life. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. So that's something you want to check out. This is a great video. Okay. This is this is my site. This is the site that kind of is the catch-all for Prepper website, since Prepper website is not very doesn't look very good when you're trying to post articles to it. This article I wrote with people who are not preparedness minded in mind, I guess. And so my idea is to capture attention by using this headline: 3 ways to protect your family in the future. And then I want to ease them into talking about some of the things that are going on, like in California, the drought, those kinds of things. Using CNBC, I've got Michael Snyder's Into the American Dream there, and then Organic Prepper, I quote something there, but then I quote Breitbart in looking at that. But basically, the idea is buy extra food now, store some water for cooking and hygiene, stay informed. And so, yeah, using things that are going on right now, like West Virginia and the leak of the chemical into their water supply, and just that preparedness makes sense. So any way that we can think of getting the word out there to people to make sense. So my hope is that, I mean, you know, those of you that are you know, preparedness pros, you know, this is not something, definitely you're not going to gain anything from reading this. My hope is that you will forward this email to somebody that might be interested in preparedness, or you know should be interested in preparedness, has a family, and maybe this will kind of get them to the light will turn on and get them to maybe start doing some basic things like storing food and water. Anyway, it's there. It's gotten a lot of play, a lot of traffic. So if you'll push that on social media, I'd appreciate that. All right, back over at SHTF plan. This is kind of concerning. Over in Britain, um, Bank HSBC, I talked about this morning in church a little bit, um, is is actually restricting how much money people can withdraw. And so you have this story right here. It's a quote, and this is was on Zero Hedge. Anyway, so this guy wants to withdraw 5,000, I guess pounds. In they're questioning about like what, why. You got to fill out a little paper telling them what you're using the money for, and this is your money. So this is crazy, or their money, not your money. But anyway, 4,000 pounds. He tried to do 4,000. They wouldn't do it. Finally, at 3,000 pounds, they would allow him to withdraw that. So anyway, so you have that, and I recently saw something. I can't remember exactly where. I think maybe on Drudge Report today, actually. There was another bank was feeling it. Maybe it was Zero Hedge. Again, saw that, but limiting how much money you can withdraw, and so that's really crazy. So something you need to kind of keep an eye out. I think part of what we do is not only prepare, but we got to stay informed. All right, so moving on. Howard over at Preparedness Advice blog, and really what I want you to get out of this is he talked about he would see people on the side of the road on Saturdays doing selling things, and so as the economy has gotten worse and worse, because the title of this one is Economic Warning Signs and What You Can Do About Them. And there's not really too much what you can do about them. So there wasn't too much there. But anyway, what he says is he's starting to see more and more people do it on the weekends. But then now it's grown to they're doing it all throughout the week. People are parking and they're trying to sell things to make money, to pay for things that they really need. And so this is a sign that things aren't good. People are trying to find ways to make money because they're suffering out there. They're not getting jobs, and so something to definitely take into consideration. Kind of just to look out there. Again, the economy is going to be an issue. This is called. This video is Survival Shelters Ultimate Wiki Up by Sigma 3 Survival. I think I've actually linked to this one before in the past, but recently I came across one of their links, their videos, and it was Pimp My Wiki Up. And let me see here. I think there's a link here. Yeah, Pimping Your Survival Shelter Part 4. You can kind of go look at that one in Part 1, 2, 3. Anyway. I think I was looking for fires inside of shelters. But this wiki up is a lot of the shelters that you see people doing, they're like the lean-tos and stuff. And this is going to be more of a and that's pretty cool. So it's pretty big. This is going to be more of a permanent type shelter that you can do. If you go to the ones that I'm talking about, Pimp Your Wiki Up, it looks really big on the inside, and they've got the bed going in there and all that kind of stuff. This one's actually a Wiki Up and a debris shelter kind of tied in together. So you see how big that is. So anyway, I thought that was interesting, something that you should know how to do. I want to point this out. This is a website. Looks kind of familiar. It's using the same theme that Prepper website uses. It's called Global Christian News. This is run by Pastor Andrew Jackson. And what he's doing is Pastor Jackson does a lot of work over in Turkey. He's very tied into the global Christian community. And so, here in America we have our, our Christianity. But there's our brothers and sisters in Christ are all over the place and dealing with all kinds of things. So what he's doing is he's posting Christian information or Christian news, not necessarily here in America, and important things that you should know about and things that you can learn. And he's using the same kind of idea of the Prepper website, the Drudge Report. It makes it nice and easy to lay out. You get a lot of information there. So anyway, that I want to kind of shout out to Pastor Andrew there, but then also because he did give me the domain prepperchurch.com, And what I'm doing is redirecting that to my home church that we use, and it's redirecting to the video, because what we've started doing is streaming live on Sunday mornings. And I'm streaming live now using the YouTube live events, which is really great because it will allow me to use a Google Hangout to live stream, and then right after it automatically uploads it to YouTube, so it's there. So my goal is would be to have a place where preparedness minded, liberty minded Christians, if you can't make it to church for whatever reason, you're snowed in, or maybe you have internet access, but you are so far away that, or you don't make it to church, and you'd like to be able to fellowship or to participate. Here you go. So this is something that you can do, or you miss church or whatever. This is something there. I know a lot of people have said, I'd love to be able to find a church that is preparedness minded, liberty minded. And so not every sermon is going to have, something related to preparedness, but that at least if I'm up there preaching, you know where I'm coming from. But I do want to say that my preference would be that you go to a local church if you can make it. But if not, we're here. And you can just go to prepperchurch.com, and the videos are going to be will be uploaded on the Prepper website YouTube page. They're automatically loaded up there. All right. Besides that, just want to say again, thanks for all your support in coming to the Prepper website, reading the articles. I am really pushing a lot of stuff too. If you are on social media, I know a lot of people are not, because of security and stuff that they're concerned about. But if you are on social media, you can come down here and you can follow one of these. I'm trying to push a lot of information, sometimes information that I don't put on the website, but I'm pushing it out there, and good information. So anyway, so there you go. If you have any comments, anything to say, I'd appreciate it. And again, thanks for your support. See you next week.